we'll continue with the sentence. In the previous video, we have learned about the sentence. Now in this lecture, we are going to do types of sentence. See, now there are three types of sentence: simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. One by one we learn, and we will take up all the possible questions that can put up based on this particular topic. See, now simple sentence, yesterday I had explained to you that a simple sentence just has one finite verb containing a subject and a predicate. Yesterday, those who have missed the lecture, you all please just go with that first lecture of the sentence and then you take up this particular video. See, now simple sentence is made up of subject and predicate. Alright, that's it. Simple sentence means just one and only one sentence, just having one finite verb. Like examples here. She was my best friend. She was my best friend. They had good times in the past. Rita likes to have bread and butter. Now if you see these sentences, all these three sentences, you will see here the sentence I told you, always whenever it comes you find out what is a finite verb. Here the finite verb is was. Okay, so was is just, in this entire sentence there is only one finite verb. Only one finite verb, you know that that's a simple sentence. Simple sentence just contains one finite verb. So here this is a finite verb in which she is a subject, was my best friend is the predicate. If you see the next one, they had good times in the past. In this, what is the finite verb? Had. So had good times in the past is a predicate and they is the subject. In the third sentence, Rita likes to have bread and butter. What is the finite verb here? Likes. So likes ke pehle jo aata hai, that is the subject. So Rita is a subject, likes to have bread and butter is a predicate. So a simple sentence just contains one and only one finite verb and it is made up of subject and predicate. That's it. Alright, we'll go to the next sentence, that is compound sentence. Now what is a compound sentence? Compound sentence is made up of two or more simple sentences joined by a conjunction. And which conjunction? Coordinating conjunction, or you call it as coordinator. So just remember this. We have just done now simple sentence. What is a simple sentence? Just a sentence having one subject and a predicate, having one and only one finite verb. That's simple sentence. Now what is compound sentence? Compound sentence is made up of two or more simple sentences joined by coordinator or coordinating conjunction. That means in a compound sentence, depending upon the number of simple sentences, it will have either two finite verbs or more than two finite verbs, depending upon how many simple sentences are joined by the coordinating conjunction. Alright, and you know, in compound sentence, we don't say that these are simple sentences joined by. What you say is these simple sentences, when in compound sentence, you say this as main clause or principal clause. That means a compound sentence would have two or more principal clause or main clauses joined by coordinating conjunction. Why I am specifying this is the type of question that will be put up will be like, you know, they will give you a sentence and they will ask you, pick out main clause. Yeah, pick out the coordinator and state its kind. So this you learn the concept of it and how the question is put up. Accordingly, you read the question well, understand it and apply your concept and get it done. Alright. See now, as I told you, compound sentence is made up of two or more simple sentences. This is technically I am telling you, but when you say those simple sentences is compound sentences named as main clauses. Okay, so there will be two or more main clauses joined by coordinating conjunction. Now, the very easy trick to remember compound sentences, you have to identify the conjunction. If you know, because there are two types of conjunction, coordinator and subordinator. Children do get confused between these two conjunctions. So what I have done is, I just maintained a very easy way to remember is an acronym, you know, that is FAT boys. You remember this acronym, FAT boys. Okay. Now, FAT boys, it stands for, F stands for, this is a coordinator. A stands for and as well as, again two another coordinators. T stands for therefore, B stands for but, O stands for or ya otherwise, Y stands for yet, S stands for so, still. These all are coordinators. And besides these coordinators, there are other compound coordinators, more than one word that are there. Like example, not only but also. This is also a coordinator. And both are used together. They are also coordinator. Either or, neither nor. These are the only coordinators that are present. So, by merely seeing these coordinators in the sentence, and another thing you have to see is whether it is joining two simple sentences, yani ki more than two finite verbs are there, then that sentence is a compound sentence. Hope you all have understood the concept. See, what is the compound sentence? Made up of two simple sentences. That means more than one finite verb रहेगा. And it is joined by coordinator. Coordinator याद रखने के लिए एकदम simple है. आप याद रखो ये acronym FAT boys. Very easy, very funny it is, but then याद रह जाएगा. FAT boys. F stands for, A stands for and as well as, T stands for therefore, B stands for but, O stands for or otherwise, Y stands for yet, S stands for so ya still. And then there are compound coordinators, that is not only but also, and both together, either or, neither nor. See the examples and then you will be able to understand it much better. See here. She did her assignment and she submitted on time. Now if you see this, at a time, you will see here. She did her assignment and she submitted on time. Now here, she did her assignment. One simple sentence, because see, she is a subject, did is a finite verb. Okay, so this is one predicate and one subject. So this is one simple sentence. If you see the next sentence, she submitted on time. Again a complete simple sentence. She being the subject, submitted on time is the predicate. And these two simple sentences together is joined by a coordinator known as and. See, and I have given you over here this. So by merely seeing the coordinator and, instantly you will recognize that yeah, this is a compound sentence. Okay, and you have to see whether there are two sentences also, and these sentences in this is known as main clause. So ये sentence में दो main clause है, कौन सा है, या principal clause भी बोलते हैं इसको. So she did her assignment, first main clause. Second main clause, she submitted on time. And what is a coordinator? And. Why I am explaining this way is, questions are put up for the 8th, 9th and 10th grade of Maharashtra State Board is, you know, they ask you pick out the principal clause, or they will ask you underline the principal clause, or sometimes they will ask you box the coordinator. So this is the coordinator, so you have to put a box. So this depends upon how the question is put up, you will have to understand it. See the next example. Either you eat properly or watch TV. A very common dialogue, I think most of the students might be hearing, because आप लोग कैसा करते हो, खाते खाते टीवी देखते रहते हो और खाना खत्म ही नहीं होता है. Okay, so this is a common dialogue. I think all the moms would be telling, you know, either you eat properly or watch TV. Okay, if you see here, there's one complete sentence. You eat properly. See here, you eat properly. It's a one complete sentence. And there's another one. You watch TV. Now here you is not given, but you're assuming that yeah, it is for the you. You watch TV. Yeah, watch TV is also an imperative sentence. Okay, so these are joined by the coordinator either or. So this again is a compound sentence. First main clause being you eat properly. Second main clause is watch TV. And here the coordinator is either or. Getting it, children? Go for the third one. Sarah was ill, therefore she could not attend the party. See here, Sarah was ill, therefore she could not attend the party. Again there are two sentences. Sarah was ill, a complete sentence, which is one simple sentence. And if you see the next one, therefore is a coordinator. If you see the next one, she could not attend the party. She being the subject and could not attend the party is the predicate. Another one independent sentence. But these two independent sentences are joined together by the coordinator, therefore. So this is again a compound sentence. The first main clause being Sarah was ill. Second main clause being she could not attend the party. And the coordinator here is therefore. Understood, children? Yeah. Next we'll come to the third type of sentence, that is complex sentence. Let me explain you in short what it is. Understand the concept of it. Complex sentence consists of one simple sentence known as main clause or principal clause, and then it contains one incomplete sentence which always begins with a subordinator, and that one is known as dependent clause. Now why it is known as dependent clause, because it cannot stand by itself. It is dependent on the main clause and it helps the verb or the noun or the noun clause, noun in the main clause. So this complex sentence consists of main clause and subordinate clause. Subordinate clause always begins with subordinator. Means these two sentences, that is the simple sentence and the incomplete sentence, is joined by a subordinator. So if you have the sound knowledge of subordinator, it instantly will be very clear to you whether this is a complex sentence, and you can differentiate between compound sentence. Because see, just now we had done compound sentence के लिए हम लोग coordinator use करते हैं, and coordinator याद रखने के लिए आप याद रखो fact voice. उसी तरह complex sentence के लिए याद रखना the conjunction that is used is subordinator, or you say subordinating conjunction. So the main clause is joined with the incomplete sentence with the subordinator, and that is known as subordinate clause. So a complex sentence is made up of one main clause and one dependent subordinate clause joined by subordinator, a subordinating conjunction. Now for this also I made it very easy for you all to remember the list of subordinators, and all the subordinators that are there in the universe is covered by this acronym. Again a very funny acronym, you can instantly learn this and there it just imprints in your brain permanently. So yeah, what you have to remember is what bites you. See, what is the acronym? What bites you, in which each letter of it will have the subordinator. See now. What bites you? See, this is the way I have put it. W-H-A-T, what? B-I-T-E-S, bites you. You, I have used that alphabet U, not that Y-O-U. Alright, now W stands for while, one of the subordinator. Then all the WH question word, yani ki what is the WH question word? When, which, where, who, whom, whose. These all are WH question word. So all these are subordinator. And then WH question word ending with ever form, that is whatever, whichever, whenever, whomsoever, all these are subordinator. Easy. What is W? W stands for while, and remember all WH question word and WH question word ending with ever form. H stands for how, H-O-W. Again this is a WH question word, but then I have just separately put it so that I can just make a proper acronym. A stands for as if, as soon as, after, although. So there are 5 subordinators coming with A. As if, as soon as, after, although. T stands for that, than, till, though. B stands for before, because. I stands for if. T stands for that, than, till, though. E stands for even though, even if, even after. S stands for since, so that, such that. Now so that, such that, you remember this. We have so there in the coordinator, as coordinator, but over there only so is there. It can become a subordinator if it is followed by that. So that and such that becomes a subordinators when it is having that in it. It can be together or it can be separated out. Like for example, I work hard so that I could support my family. See, I work hard so that I could support my family. So that came together. In another example, she works so sincerely that she could come first in the class. Yeah, she works so sincerely. यहाँ पे so is separately in the main clause, that she can come first in the class, that is separated out. Yet it is a subordinator. So के साथ that follow करेगा, तो it is always a subordinator. Whereas अकेला so जो आएगा, if only so is there, that you remember it is a coordinator. Then the last one, U stands for unless and until. I hope you all have understood the subordinator. Very easy to remember. This is all the subordinators that are there in English language. Okay, so just remember what bites you. Clear, you will be able to remember all the subordinators that are there. Okay, see the example now. Now let's go for the example here. Now, as in the definition, I have told you, remember this. This is the trick. Always subordinate clause begins with subordinator. तो अभी आपको क्या करना है, सबऑर्डिनेटर तो याद हो गया है, what bites you तो दिमाग में बैठ गया है, तो वो सबऑर्डिनेटर आपको मन में रखने का. अच्छा, सबऑर्डिनेटर ढूंढ के लो. सबऑर्डिनेटर के बाद जो सेंटेंस है दैट इज द सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉज, और जो दूसरा है दैट इज द मेन क्लॉज. एंड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर हियर ऑल्सो इन कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस देर आर मोर देन वन फाइनाइट वर्ब, वन इन द मेन क्लॉज, अनदर इन द subordinate clause. See now, she believes that he would help her. Now what is the subordinator in this sentence? That. So what is the subordinate clause? That he would help her. So this is subordinate clause. So बाकी जो sentence क्या है, she believes, that's the main clause. See the second one. If you work smart, you can be successful. Now in this case, what is the subordinate here? If. ना यहाँ पे if से, as I told you, if से पूरा लेके जाएगा तो subordinate clause बनेगा. No, I told you that in a complex sentence there will be definitely one main clause and one or more subordinate clause. Here in this see, if is there, subordinator. So if you work smart, up till here is a subordinate clause. Why? Because see the next one, you can be successful. Here another finite verb. Another finite verb goes into another sentence, and here this is you can be successful is the main clause. See the third sentence. The house which is in Kerala belongs to my uncle. Now see here. In this, you may see what is the subordinator here? Which. Exactly. Now you may say, अच्छा which है तो end तक पूरा subordinate clause है. यानी कि you will say which is in Kerala belongs to my uncle. No, it's wrong. Why? What did I say? In a clause there will be only one finite verb. अभी यहाँ पे देखो, there is one finite verb is, and belongs is another finite verb. So it will never be in one clause. Okay. So and if you say which से पूरा subordinate clause है, अकेला house, the house can be a main clause? No, because main clause should have one finite verb. यहाँ पे the main clause is, in the main clause the dependent clause is inserted. So here the dependent clause is which is in Kerala. That is a dependent clause. And what is the main clause here? The house belongs to my uncle. So there is no fast and rule, or there is no fast and rule that कि the subordinate clause जो है हमेशा main clause के बाद में आएगा या main clause के पहले आएगा. ऐसा कुछ भी fast and rule नहीं है. Main clause कहीं dependent clause can be placed before the main clause, after the main clause, or in between the main clause. आपको concept याद रखना है कि subordinate clause begins with subordinator, and both the clauses, that is the main clause or the principal clause and the subordinate clause, would have one finite verb. I hope you all have understood this particular concept. See, learn the concept of simple sentence, compound sentence and complex sentence. And what concepts are clear and strong, then whatever the way the question is put up, you will be able to take it up. Only thing is that you should patiently read the question completely, understand the question, and then take up the question. Okay. See Anna, we have done today simple sentence. What is a simple sentence? Simple sentence just has one and only one finite verb having only subject and predicate. What is a compound sentence? Compound sentence is made up of two or more simple sentences joined by coordinator. The simple sentences in compound is known as main clauses and joined by coordinator. और coordinator याद रखने का कितना easy method मैंने बताया? Fat boys. And then you remember the acronym, that is F stands for, A stands for and, T stands for therefore, then B stands for but, O stands for or या otherwise, Y stands for yet, S stands for so या still. And then there are four other compound coordinators that are not only but also, and both, either or, neither nor. Then the third what we covered up in this lecture is complex sentence. Complex sentence समझने के लिए याद रखना, it's made up of one main clause joined by a subordinator with known as subordinate clause. Okay, so remember the concept is subordinate clause always starts with subordinator. And subordinator याद रखने के लिए what is acronym I have taught you? It is what bites you. Everything is covered in that one. W stands for while, then WH question word, that is whether, when, where, what, who, whom, whose, which, like that. And WH question ending with ever form, that is whatever, whenever, whomsoever, whoever, like that it goes on. H stands for how. A stands for as if, as soon as, after, although. T stands for that, than, till, though. B stands for before, because. I stands for if. T stands for that, then, till, though. E stands for even though, even if, even after. S stands for since, so that, such that. U stands for until and unless. I hope you all have understood this particular lecture. After this, I'll be giving you all the questionnaire over there. You just take up the questionnaire. For that, you just freeze the video or take the screenshot, take it up sincerely, and then check the answer. I hope you all have understood this concept. Again, see, this particular lesson, that is types of sentence, is again the basic level. This basic types of sentence, if you remember and you understand the concept, the further another higher level of grammar topic that is based on this particular types of sentence, this synthesis of sentence and clauses, which is a higher grade of this sentence. For that, you should be having the sound knowledge of what are the different types of sentences. We will be doing those higher topics in the successive lectures in the future, which I will be uploading. And moreover, now those who know these lectures are going on, do subscribe it and also pass it on your friends, relatives and all, and other groups, so that they also take the help of these grammar classes. Thank you. Bye-bye.